what I learnt from my father again. In case we haven't met yet, I'm jessxgoh. I'm the sole founder of Life and Confidence. And even though my father has been deceased for a very long time, since I was 22 and I'm now 36, I felt that as I was healing a painful heartache from a connection with a man, it reminded me of my father. And I've realized that I wasn't really healing my paternal lineage of ancestral trauma. I've been focusing a lot with the feminine lineage, the maternal trauma this year. And it has occurred to me that now is the opportunity to heal the paternal side of me. And after going through a roller coaster of emotions, by being triggered from what I thought was a beautiful connection with a man that I desire and admire, it led me back to the connection with my father. And when I tuned in with myself, I wanted to create a clear intention and what was it that I'm ready to dissolve and let go of. And when I took myself on a journey, I started to see my father. I saw him in his woundedness, and at the same time I saw him that he could only give me what he could. And that was the best that he could do with his experiences of trauma and his upbringing of 13 children in the household. Being the youngest, he was bullied and also an outcast. And what showed up for me was that realization that he does love me. He didn't express it in the way that I wanted it, through emotions, through connection. And he did it by providing a roof over our heads and food on the table. And when I finally was able to see this, and I've heard this in different ways, but it didn't click until I set an intention from my heart to heal this pain with my father. And it hasn't been an easy journey for me with my father. There was a lot of anger, hatred, and resentment. And when I finally surrendered and gave my permission to heal this pain and this memory with him, I was able to let him go, to stop blaming him for being wounded and abusive, and to finally see him through the lens of compassion, knowing that he himself did his best with his level of consciousness, without any therapy or support or healing or self-development or spirituality whatsoever. That was the best that he could do to show his little girl how much he cares. And when I was able to see him with such love and reverence, that's when a version of me started to heal. And from this experience, I was able to appreciate him for where he was at that point in his life when he was alive. And there was no what ifs or regrets. It's simply just what is, accepting what is. And I accept him where he was at, and I accept him that he did love me, and he loved me in he knew how. And so when we choose to accept rather than control and force things or people to do something that we want, it doesn't get us very far. Instead, it just creates more suffering and more trouble for us and negative karma. But what if we could just accept the situation, be detached, and find ourselves in a state of relaxation, peace and calmness, and allow the divine messages, clarity, and the answers to come when we are in this state. Because as soon as we get anxious, controlling, needy, we are contracting ourselves from receiving this divine intelligence of life to flow through you in order to guide you how you can move forward in divine timing. And so this healing has taken place when I really needed it the most. And even though it didn't occur in other times where I was wanting to receive the healing, I was forcing it, and it didn't occur organically and naturally because I wasn't ready to receive it. But at this point in my life, I was open and receptive to receiving it because I was in such a vulnerable state. It kind of felt like I had no choice and there was no other way but to surrender to the divine love of the masculine, of the paternal lineage. And this was the first step in healing my ancestral trauma in my father line. So if this resonates with you and you feel that you are ready to start clearing and releasing and letting go of traumatic experiences that you've received and experienced from your parents and your ancestors, I invite you to join me for 2 powerful days of metamorphosis. Transforming Trauma is a retreat where you will be guided, supported, and navigating the darker aspects of yourself that needs to be brought to light in order for you to receive the alchemy that your soul is calling for. And you can receive and experience this and participate in this via Zoom or in my abode in Bondi Beach, where I will be providing gluten-free vegan lunch and non-alcoholic beverages while you integrate, ground, and heal from this experience. So click on the link below and it will bring you to a different page where you can learn more, and you can simply book a clarity call as well if you have any questions about this experience. May this message serve you at your highest. And if you feel you got something from this video, I would greatly appreciate if you could subscribe to my YouTube channel, give this video a like, share it with your loved ones who are in need of this most, and comment below